What's up, guys? This is Eric LeVay. It's a little noisy out here. I'm here at the anti-ICE protest downtown. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm also starving, which was my bad. Once again, failure to plan ahead. You'd think I would know by now as a professional. So yeah, we're down here at MDC. I'll show you guys what's up. So basically, like, sorry, excuse me. This is the prison right here. Sorry, excuse me. I'll get the obligatory like, comment, and subscribe, and if you can. This is DHS. People just kind of hanging out, you know. Couple journalists. Yeah, I met a couple reporters. We got DHS here, the Marines. Paula said thank you for reporting. Paula, appreciate it. I would describe this as a festive environment, which is usually, honestly, a good thing for a protest. And it's funny, I recognized a few people. Someone just said it's going to be a 24-hour protest. So yeah, I guess they're going to be out here 24/7. Sherry said hi. What's up, Sherry? Asher said hi. What's up, Asher? If you're just coming in, we're in downtown Los Angeles in front of MDC, which stands for Metropolitan Detention Center. It's a federal prison. Paulo asked how long people now here. I heard one of the organizers say that this is a 24/7 thing. Now, obviously, people go home, but I'm gonna have to decide what I want to do with this chat, which at these protests is always kind of gross. So yeah, you know, people come and go, exercising their First Amendment rights. I'm also just gonna put this out there now, and then, you know, depending on how I feel, it's obvious that I'm, disgusted with what's going on in our community, and that there's, you know, soldiers on the streets. Also, I want to say my heart goes out to the man who was killed in Camaro, who fell off the building. So I'll put that out there now. Paula said all the solidarity, absolutely. Some of the current protesting started. I have to literally hold my ear because it's so loud here. The reason that there's more people here right now is that, yes, my understanding is that yesterday this video started going around of people being brought in. And I viewed the video. It was very disturbing because, among other things, it looked like they were in restraints. And some people who were on the ground said they saw children. I didn't see that personally. So anyway, that kind of brought out more people. guys can like, comment, subscribe. This is Eric LeVay. I'm an investigative reporter, and I'm what's called an open source intelligence analyst. That basically means I use public information to typically identify terrorists and bad people in society. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Meeting some fellow reporters out here. I went kind of solo. I've written for Rolling Stone, but a while back I went kind of solo and started doing my own thing. So. I'll see how short my fuse is, to be honest. Like I'm like super conflicted about some of this live stuff just because the kind of hate that shows up in these chats. It's really like honestly disturbing. On the other hand, I get my message out there, or I just get the what's going on out there. So it's kind of a trade-off, I know I can turn these things off, but I don't like to do that.
Keep it loud until everyone opens their eyes. Keep it loud until everyone opens their eyes.
Shane asks, were there any people detained after executive directive? Are you referring to the order from the judge telling them that they can't snatch people off the street, and violate their constitutional rights? That's a great question, and I don't know. I could break that down for a second. So in case you guys didn't hear, yes, so it's like so loud here. So in case you guys didn't hear, yesterday, a federal judge said that ICE and other agencies are breaking the law by detaining people without warrants, based on race and things that are obvious if you ever read a book at all about your constitutional rights. So whether anyone's been detained in LA County, I don't know. I think that injunction or the order, I'm not sure the right word, pertains to a few counties. Palace said a lower court district judge, but still federal, I believe. It's also totally incorrect for whoever said that rights don't apply to you if you are undocumented. If you are a tourist and you come here, you come here for a vacation, you still have rights, and you're not an American citizen. So that's incorrect. Anyway, though, appreciate you guys. If you can keep it civil, that would be great. That's the Federal Protective Service. That was an agency set up under President Nixon. when they felt that they had to guard government buildings during the, I think they're in the 70s, the 60s or 70s. Paolo says solidarity with the protesters. I'd say there's about, I don't know, crowd counting's never been my thing. Maybe 50, no, let's say 60, 70 people.
I love the glittery cars. That's really creative. I love that. Stands out.
There's a stool in case you get tired.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, does anybody know this one? Down, 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 Oh, I love that traitors. You guys are, you betrayed me. And now,
Disgusting! Disgusting!
Sorry.
Vivo con él, es un tipo medio raro, pero me cayó bien. Me dijo viejo carretero, pero cuando llegara no veo, pero espera allá. Me dijo
I turned subscriber only mode. I'm not comfortable with that level of hate. So if you're gonna be weird, at least subscribe to the channel. That's the rule. Murray said some of the flags are upside down. That's something I used to see a lot at other protests. It's typically a sign that people feel the government is in distress. That's what that is. Sorry. I'm so tired. Myself and live streamer We in LA. Make sure you check her out if you're not subscribed. We in LA on YouTube. We just stayed up late, kind of just talking. She was at the Camaro one, and she saw some. Check out her streams, because she was out there. Like I told her, doing the Lord's work, documenting, showing people what's going on. But that stuff really can't really weigh on you. You know what I mean? Like it does. I've been doing this stuff for a while. I've seen a lot of bad stuff. Not just covering protests, but doing the job, doing it as a researcher. So basically, after a while, you got to talk about it with somebody. I'm speaking from experience. This is pretty great, man, I gotta say. Yeah, if you're in LA, come down here, check it out, Paula said, you planning on being there long? I'm gonna hang out for a while. Yeah, I mean, definitely not 24 hours. That would be insane, but who knows? Appreciate it, Paula. Yeah. Appreciate it. Thanks. Appreciate those nice words. It's let's step over here for a second. It's a little quiet over here. It's just tough times in our community. It's psychologically taxing to see these things happening, and you know, so I don't know where everybody's at. I don't know where Paolo's at or other people, but you know, if it was your community or if it's happening in your community, you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's to see those things, man. Melissa said, "Hey Eric, what's up, Melissa? Been a minute. How you doing? It's nice to see some familiar faces." It's tough, man. You know what I mean? Like, just the things that are going. I mean, I know Melissa and some other folks know. They know what's going on out in LA, but people are probably from everywhere. It's just like mentally stressful. Tyler says she's in SoCal. Well, hey, they told me they're going 24 hours, so you can definitely come check it out. You know, we got shot at a couple weeks ago. That was very sad. I mean, they dropped that ruling, you know, from LA Press Club, which is an organization I'm a member of, and Status Quo, which is independent journalism. They won, you know, a case that would almost be comical if it wasn't actually needed. They said you can't shoot rubber bullets, you know, at reporters. We'll see if that holds up. Melissa, you know, I've got to be out here, and it's like Bruce Springsteen says, you know, it's like nobody wins unless everybody wins. You know, that's the way I look at it, and that's why it's a bummer. Like, I like that I could get what I believe in out through this YouTube. Like, I like that. I don't like the hate stuff. I've also learned from covering like hate groups and neo-Nazis and stuff like that. Like, really, like if that's what you think, in the end, it's really just gonna hurt you. You know, it does bad things to your psyche. You know. Plus, like I told people on the other stream the other day when I was out here, you know, you might think that'll never be me getting thrown into the van by the masked guy. But if you open a history book, you'll find out it will be you. You just don't realize it yet. Evolude said, thanks for taking a stand. Yeah, you know what? Like, so when I was reporting for some... I used to kind of hide those things a little more, even though every outlet I've written for, which is only 3 outlets, which is Rolling Stone, Daily Dot. We had Forensic News was an independent outlet I ran with my buddy Scott really created it, but
Why don't you guys grab Tom?
but I
on the ground. Right everywhere, so it can take longer to get off the ground.
And
Right everywhere with the chalk
And,
on the ground. Be creative.
sorry, I got distracted there. So most of those outlets were really cool with, you know, you could be a human as long as your work was good. You know what I mean? If you work at places like the New York Times, you cannot do this kind of stuff. You'll get in trouble or you'll get fired. You're not allowed to have any kind of opinion. I don't personally agree with that, but that's how those outlets are run. You know what I mean? Because this is a human thing. This is a human thing. Like, the man who died in Camaro was just trying to help his family. That could be anybody's father. That could be your father. That could be mine. He was somebody's brother. You know, I'm I'm not gonna like, I guess, go too much on that, but you know, that's what it is.
No Trump, no KKK, no fascists, USA.
So anyway, now that I'm like more independent, I can kind of put my opinions out there. Now, if I pick up a freelance job, you know, then let's say I was working for the, I don't know, I was out here for the LA Times or something. I would, you know, still have my credentials on like I do now. I would approach it differently. I wouldn't be, you know, like streaming like this. I'd be trying to get everyone's perspective. It's just different, you know. Al asked, did the New York Times always run like that? Yeah, that's kind of like the thing. There's a long conversation about how that stuff happened. So basically, newspapers, when they started, newspapers used to, they were sort of partisan, like they had opinions, but their facts were right. That was, I'm talking about the 1800s, like 1900s, that kind of thing. Then what happened was advertisers, when they realized that they could make more money by appearing nonpartisan, that's actually when some of journalistic neutrality started. And I don't think like, let's say Walter Cronkite or people like that, that's like good stuff. And obviously that guy's a legend, but there can be other kinds of reporting. You know, there can be people like me who, you know, are as good as anyone, you know. That's how I've gotten these jobs, but also have their own kind of like thoughts, right? Bullet said this is Steve Miller's fault. So a lot of that's true. A lot of his own rage and his own psychological problems, because he told them to go for Home Depot. And he, you know, likely harbors a deep hatred towards LA for where he's from. Now people jumping in here are like, they're like, F this guy. Well, there's plenty of other channels, I guess, right?
It's a concert.
It was like that last night.
It's for the Black Eyed Peas.
One of my friends just showed up. She's a photojournalist.
Hey Trump, let's be clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Hey Trump, let's be clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Hey Trump, let's be clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Hey Trump, let's be clear. Immigrants are welcome.
Many of the most effective protests I've seen are ones that have, honestly, this kind of atmosphere where they're kind of like, they make it fun for people. That's one of the little known secrets to a successful movement. You got to make things kind of fun for people. I've seen that on all political spectrums, by the way. You know, when I used to cover some of the more right-wing protests, and some of them in the beginning, you know, they would kind of try to do like a similar thing, make people want to show up, and that stuff does work, you know. Evolute said they're mostly kids and bots. I've been wondering about that. It's actually really disturbing if those are young people, but yeah. I guess they don't really know any better. You haven't really been out. I mean, not that. I don't know. Everybody has weird opinions. You could be young or old. Ciro said I want to be here just to vibe the music. Yeah. I do appreciate you guys coming in. You know, thank you. I thank the people who are respectful. You know what I mean?
When it rains, it pours.
This is me, by the way. What's up, guys? Extra said you were here on the 4th of July. I'm trying to think where I was on the 4th. I know this stuff is like, I can't believe it's only been like a month or two since this started. Style audit. Hans, what's going on?
They don't treat us like hooligans. Going in, they don't care what school he is. These people don't play fair. It ain't even fair at the state fair. Give a young nigga right here. That's why I'm here. Ass lady there. You better stay there.
I'm trying to remember where I was on the 4th. I'm embarrassed. I know we went out, myself and live streamer, we in LA went out somewhere, but I'm so tired right now, guys. Like I told you, like last night we were just talking about a bunch of stuff, but about the stuff she saw out in Camaro too. Melissa said thanks for documenting. Yeah, appreciate it, Melissa. You gotta come out here, you know. They said it's running 24/7. Yeah, I didn't bring enough water or snacks. You think someone like myself would? Hang on. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, there's some water right there. Hang on. Very nice to these people to bring some water for people. I know the vertical streaming is kind of a bummer. I'm sorry about that, guys. Unfortunately, YouTube has decided. How you doing? YouTube has decided that this is what they're going to push out there to people. And this woman's all paranoid and like There's a weirdo at every protest who does stuff like that. She's all like photographing my press badge, which has my name on it. I really wish they would just ask me my name. That would be so much easier, rather than be totally weird. Anyway, YouTube's decided that the vertical... Oh, man. I recognize this song. They're pushing vertical streaming to compete with TikTok, right? So to get this out there to people, unfortunately, I sometimes have to stream like this, which is a bummer. who said fuck ICE. Yes, sir. Or ma'am. We got 1,500 people. I appreciate you guys. This is Eric LeVay. If you're coming in, just tune in. I'm an investigative reporter and what's called an ocean researcher.
Stuck in the chaos, no food in the water. This is the time that we burning the party. I'm sitting in the kids and the club and it's open. I'm killing the evil victims, get your hands up for the children. This is a warning before we start forming the leeches. It's more in the system. This time the people are rising. This time we're making a difference. Jesus told me that we be the ones that'll make it up out of these prisons. These are the chains that we breaking. Singing this endless statement. That's what our people are surely mistaken. We saving the next generation. Taking you out of the matrix.
This area would be kind of like, on a Saturday night, this area always has stuff going on, even outside of the protests. So basically every time a vehicle comes in, you know, the protesters kind of walk up to it and then the police come out and the vehicle drives in and then we just repeat the same thing. And someone asked where this is. This is where we are. This is Metropolitan Detention Center. This is a federal prison in Los Angeles, downtown.
Get them kids up out the cages. Get them kids out of the cages. Get them kids out of the cages.
And yes, I am an OSINT researcher. In between stints as a reporter, I worked as an analyst in Washington. So I use public information, like weird stuff people post on Facebook or whatever, to hold people accountable, usually the worst people in society. The terrorists, and not everything I want to say on the stream, but some bad people, the worst people. People who hurt children, that kind of stuff. And then when those jobs were up or my contract was up, I'd go back to reporting and I guess just trying to figure it out like everybody else in life. That's a funny comment, initialized facial recognition. I don't know who that's directed at, but that did make me laugh as a researcher. I've had a few conversations to answer that question with the, I talked to a DHS officer for a bit, not today. I haven't talked to anybody else. I haven't talked to any Marines. The water is good, man.
No hate, no fear. The eyes out of fear. No hate, no fear. The eyes out of fear. No hate, no fear. The eyes out of fear. No hate, no fear. The eyes
Gotta say, the soundtrack is on point out here. I shouted out earlier. I shouted out live streamer We in LA. She's a live streamer and a content creator. So We in LA on YouTube. I don't know how old you guys are, but when I used to listen to Rage Against the Machine, like I guess in high school or in college, you know, it's like those guys were way ahead of their time. Because like everyone liked the music, but I'm not sure that everybody understood the political message. Like they did, but they didn't. The big one for me, which I later learned when I became a researcher, was that line about some of those who work forces, you know, burn crosses. And I didn't, in high school, I definitely did not understand what that meant till later when I, you know, would investigate. And, you know, just to be clear, as an analyst, I referred people for arrest, you know, and I'm always kind of clear about that with people. Like, the people who knocked on the door and took those people down was not me. You know, it was a cop. And I met some pretty brave ones. I also met some pretty bad ones, and people who joined extremist groups and stuff. So anyway, the point being, that line was really on point, but I didn't understand why as a teenager. This is so weird. It will never not be just weird. And I know there's no way any of these Marines want to be deployed here. Like, did you join the Marines to stand in front of this building for 10 hours a day or whatever? Nicole said I'd like to have a deeper conversation. Yeah, absolutely, anytime. I don't know if you're a content creator or you have your own channel. I take tips and other stuff at elevay at proton.me. That's my public email, so it's elevai at proton.me. Nicole said, I'm a teacher. Well, yeah, reach out anytime. When I was covering all that stuff at UCLA, you know, if you guys have followed me for a while, and the mob attack on the students, I'd be like walking around that campus, and I was like, man, I should have gone to school here. Like, minus that, obviously, it sounds so weird. It was just like such a nice campus. It was nice to be back and like around that kind of thing. Well, Travis, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like these guys are bored, but what I should really do is just ask them. I also take other tips on the Signal app. It could be about anything. It's not just about, it could be about money laundering or intelligence, public corruption. That would be EML.07. The Signal app is an encrypted messaging app which everybody should use to keep your communications safe from people whose business it's not. You shouldn't be looking at it. EML.07.
You hate us!
John Q said they get paid the same. This is easy. That's a good point. It is easy. Dude, I can't have been doing this long and still forget to eat. Like there's something, at this point it's gotta be it's just something wrong with me. I mean, I brought like a little food, but... Yeah, Nicole, what grade do you teach? I'm just curious. Such an important job. Someone texted me and I'm trying to remember. I've made this mistake before where you start to answer it and then the live goes down. Let me grab this. It's like one of those Trader Joe's pop. What do you call it? It's like the Trader Joe's version of the Pop-Tart. Sorry, guys. One sec. Guys, hang on. I gotta put this thing down so I could look at my backpack. 1 second. Dude, so unprofessional. That's all it does. Someone asked that I always wanted to be a reporter. No, it was just an accident. I worked in Hollywood and then I published a viral thread on Twitter. Like I exposed a scam and it went super viral. Oh wait, let me see what this is.
And we'll be raising our hands in the board of activities. Thank you.
We're doing the four directions.
We're doing a four direction ceremony. If you want to participate, please join us over here.
What kind of ceremony? Aztec. I'm deaf.
I'm gonna walk over here. Excuse me. Exposed a scam on that went viral on Twitter, and people started asking me to write real reporting, and that's what happened. Less than a year from that, I wrote my first article for Rolling Stone. The whole thing was bizarre, and it's still bizarre that I ever got work in journalism. And then I wrote the first article I wrote also went viral. There was a little bit of luck and talent, all that stuff. I exposed the White House press secretary's parents getting a big loan during the pandemic. And that went viral. So anyway, that's kind of what happened. War Pigs. Any Black Sabbath fans? I guess Ozzy played his last show, they said. That must have been a hell of a show. I wonder how many emails I'm going to get from YouTube. Whenever they hear music, you get these emails, copyrighted content. You'll wake up to 10 emails the next day. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for liking the video. And if you want, you could in the links to it should be in the links in the comment. You can subscribe to my Substack where I report on independent journalism, foreign intelligence, corruption. Sometimes I just publish my photos. What my ultimate goal is right now, and what I'm working on, is to get something going like a David Pakman, Sam Cedar, sort of like a more independent news thing going on with a progressive kind of thing. But I still want to report, but that's kind of what I'm trying to do. So that's what we're doing. They're going to steal my super chats. Well, we didn't get any, but I'm sure we'll get some at some point. Nor am I the incredibly annoying YouTuber, though. The more we get, the more we can do, the more events we can cover. We also launched memberships, so for $3 a month, you could subscribe to this channel and help us go to more stuff. Ultimately, though, I'm going to come out here. I guess you're not supposed to say this anyway when you need to make a living, but I'm going to come out to these things anyway because I got to bear witness. Life Improved dropped the super chat. Appreciate you. Thanks. Much appreciated. Oh. Damn, dude. Oh, can I tell you guys something? Since I started YouTubing, one of the weirdest comments, which is usually a right-wing comment, is "get a job." I've never, because like it's a Saturday night. Like, here's my other question about the why aren't these people at a job? The person who's writing those comments. Here's my question: are you at work right now? And if so, why are you commenting on a YouTube video? There's like a thought process that gets short-circuited there, I think. Do you have time off from work? Do you do things outside of work? That's like every stream. So it's like, why aren't these people at work? It's like, I don't know, it's Saturday night at 9 o'clock at night. Freaky Style, they said they work 24/7. Yes. Other people I would follow, if you guys don't already follow, Film the Police LA, who's a great sort of a documentarian and accountability expert here in LA. We in LA on YouTube. Also take ideas or things that you think I should cover. You know, especially if it's in Southern California. How you doing?
Hi. Well, one of the posters just wanted me to ask if you could walk her to the bus stop. I'm a little worried. Like a guy.
Wait,
you can do it.
Someone's bothering her?
No. If you could just walk her to the bus stop up there because she's worried. You know, she's been here all day yelling at them.
Oh.
I guess she's scared. She's like, can you ask a guy to walk her?
I totally understand. And is there...
She's like right there in the crowd up there.
I don't know her, so I'm not.
I know.
Everybody else here, like
I'm looking.
I'm totally like sympathetic. I'm just like,
No.
Where's she?
Yeah, we just never know.
Yeah, is she over there?
Yeah, she's over there. She was the photographer.
Oh yeah. I saw her earlier. Yeah.
Like I'm scared to walk by myself.
Oh my gosh, I totally understand.
But I understand.
Yeah, no.
But don't worry, I'll ask somebody else.
Okay, all right, thank you. The person who was looking at me a little weirdly before, that not this woman I was just talking about, she asked, that woman just said that person was looking at me weird, wants me to walk her to the bus stop, which I'm 100% not doing. I'm 100% not doing that. And I'm the guy, just so we're clear, I'm the guy who always walks especially my female friends, to wherever they need to go. But that just does not feel right. That 100% feels very not like a good idea. So yeah, that's the person who took a picture of my press ID. I don't think anything good can come from that. That made me feel very weird because this is live and like I didn't like saying no, but I'm like very uncomfortable with that. I don't know what that was about. There's also there's other people out here, you know. Whoa. That was like a bottle or something. I'm about to step over here. Oh, it's 9:30. All right. Hey, how you doing? I can mute it if you want. I can mute it if you want. It's live. How you doing? Cool, cool. Yeah. Something really sucks. Hey guys, I'm just talking to my friend for a sec. Talk amongst yourselves. Something like really sus happening. Earlier this woman was looking at me and she was definitely taking pictures of my bus bag. It was that kind of stuff. Like what? Kinda, it was weird. And then another woman walks up to me and is like, hey, there's a woman here who, this is like 30 minutes later, there's a woman here who doesn't feel comfortable walking alone to the bus stop. Would you walk her? And it was that woman. Like it was, I was like, no, I'm not walking somebody like, it was so creepy. Anyway, okay. I was just talking to my friend. She's a really good photojournalist. Yeah, guys, like I was saying, if you have ideas or things that you think I should cover, mostly in California, because that's where I am, you could either, I guess you could put in the chat, but it's better to send me an email. eleve@proton.me. There's no curfew. That was rescinded. It's also only 9:30. Also, curfews actually don't apply to if you're a reporter with credentials. Not that they're still not going to fuck with you, because they do, but you technically can still be out on the street. Life improves, said the fall of an empire. Yeah, that's probably true. When you got soldiers on the streets, it's not a good situation, to say the least. I try not to think about it too much. I just do, do my thing. I was also reflecting that all my heroes, like Dr. King or Joshua Wong, who's a big activist in Hong Kong, or Alexei Navalny, unfortunately ended up in, either dead or in prison, and it is what it is, I guess. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. Jean Dominique, if you guys ever see the documentary called The Agronomist, which is by what was his name? He did Silence of the Lambs. It's about a heroic journalist in Haiti who ran his own radio station, and also unfortunately was assassinated. Anyway, there's a price to be paid. It is what it is. You share a birthday with Nelson Mandela? That's awesome. It's really hard to imagine paying that kind of price, right? Was he in prison 30 years? How does someone survive that? I mean, I know he's, I know that he talked about it a lot, but how do you get through that? I hope she was okay. Was she okay, the woman who wanted?
Yeah, okay. She was right there, and he's walking there.
Okay, all right, good. All right, thank you.
I know it's because you never know, because she's been filming them all day. He's probably scared.
Yeah, it wasn't that too. I don't know. Do you know who she is or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay,
she's
cool.
always at the protest.
Oh, cool. Yeah. No, totally. Well, thank you. Thanks, sir.
It's cool, though. It works
Appreciate
out.
it. It always does. Anna Christie, thank you. Thanks for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Try to keep it civil if you can, guys. I appreciate it. Looks like people are now since I turned on subscriber mode. The song had anti-Semitic lyrics. I don't know if they changed it. He had to release another version. I would really hope that people know that. keep it civil with so much disrespect for the cause. I feel you, man. I feel you on that. I've had some problems with that. Yeah, you know what? I totally feel that. Anyway, yeah, it's really hard to be civil when, you know, you're getting shot at in the street. And there's so much hate out there. I'm talking about when they were shooting at me, you know, when I was just trying to cover that protest. And it's a natural reaction to be extremely upset, to say the least, but I still come out. Yeah, man, I mean, we got guys in vans pulling up, snatching people. You know, that's pushing people to the edge. That pushes people to the edge. That's what happens. And I'm like the calmest person out there in terms of keeping a cool head. That's why I've been good at this job. It gets to me too. It's cool, man. I'm glad I'm live. I always struggle with what medium I want to use, photography, video, because you can only really do one thing. Like I could take a little video on my backup camera, but basically if you're going to go live, you go live. No, dude, I wasn't caught in the crossfire. I was walking out and they opened fire, which is illegal. And that's why a judge issued an injunction telling them to not do that. So if you don't know what you're talking about, then just don't say anything. Jerry, sorry to hear you broke your ankle. Was that at one of the protests? My friend got hurt. She hurt her ankle too. I'm sorry to hear that. I always try to introduce myself to a few people because people get real paranoid at some of these things. So I met a few cool people earlier. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that you got your leg stuck like that. That had to be incredibly painful. That sounds incredibly painful.
You want the bike? That's right, let's keep it going! I saw
Actually, I have my big camera on as well.
One of us is not free, none of us are free.
I got the DSLR with me. Yeah, sometimes I'll carry it. I'll carry it just for that reason. Like, I took some photos, but it's also like so people can tell. Annette said I'm in Ventura County. What's up, Annette? You want to know if when they shot at me, if protesters were throwing rocks and bricks? The answer is no. You can watch it. It's on We on LA's channel. I wasn't filming. That was what's crazy. I've been in some crazy situations, but I've never been shot at walking out, which is why they got in so much trouble in the lawsuit. The craziest thing about right-wing people is like you'll give them an answer like I told that guy what happened, and he was like, no, they were throwing bricks. Like, it's like the truth doesn't matter. That's why I learned, like, especially like when I was covering like those movements, it's like after a while you just kind of like give up, you know what I mean? It's like talking to like your uncle who's like voted for Trump, you know, and that whole thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's a cult of personality. What's up, brother? Sarah said, anyone defending ICE is on the wrong side of history. Yes, sir. That's correct. Yeah, man. I think we can have an, you know, I think we can have an opinion about that. That's some straight up Gestapo stuff right there. Hell no, man. In this country, we don't jump out of vans and snatch people. It's crazy how many people just can't get with that program.
The batteries are all on the stand, so we're going to do stickers, so we're going to send them.
The people that know that are here to support them, they're actually going to be and like showing their flashlights.
Looks like some people are walking over there.
Give him a ticket. Front window tint. Ticket. Come on. Citation. Window tint. Come on.
It's all computer said deport Melania Trump to an El Salvadorian labor prison. That's a good comment. I mean, that's just a well-written. It made me laugh, so it must be good. Alex, thanks for that super chat. That's very nice of you. No matter what you do, when people are involved, when they become fanatics in anything, there's like a lot of bicyclists going on. When people become fanatics, you know, they don't, or they're in a cult or whatever, they don't respond to logic. The brain is like short-circuited. This guy right here, I've seen him, like he would show up at the UCLA protests. I don't know what the deal is. And at the Scientology ones, if you guys have followed me. There's something very, very wrong there. I don't know what it is. Yeah, that guy with the jeans. Like he would. I didn't know what to think, and then I just remember there was a couple situations where people were like, "What is this guy's deal?" But he's like everywhere. It's like Waldo. I don't know. Maybe he just likes protests, I guess. No, there was I remember it now. There was this really weird interaction at one of the Scientology protests. I'd have to go back and look at it, but I think it was with Tori Christman, who's a really prominent anti-Scientology activist. If you go on my channel, see the interviews I did with Tori. Tori was a member of OSA, which was like their Scientology's intelligence wing. And she got out of that thing. Sorry. Thank you. D. Williams said, if you're paying tariffs after electing someone to bring down grocery price, yeah. Remember that one? There's a sucker born every minute. Remember. Another thing that's crazy, regardless of who you voted for, is the fact that people stand politicians or make politicians. It's like you're just electing someone to do a job. When it gets so emotional and personal, you got to really step back, no matter who it is. You elect them to do a job. If they do it, you can vote for them again. If they're eligible to run. If you don't, you vote for the other person. You shouldn't make them into heroes if you can, unless it's... You just got to be careful with that. You bet, Richard. I'll keep streaming because I enjoy it. D. Williams said, I like my beer the way I like my country, no ice. Yes, indeed. Yeah, DC Babe made a good comment about the active difference, or the difference between Dems and MAGA is we are actively looking at our side. Right. Like, few people are more brutal. I mean, that's another conversation, but like, Dems are like they'll be like, you know, we got to throw out John Fetterman or whatever, because like, what did this guy do? They'll be like brutal to their own, you know, which you should be hard on your own. You should be hard on your elected officials. You know what I mean? We don't have, there's like no cult of personality around most of those politicians.
Right, but don't you feel like it creates tension between East and West? He's talking about killing people, not have sex with your wife, and not in those words. But he's
Marlene, you use the wrong version of your. It's when you want to say you're the people, I tell my kids to stay away from it. It's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. If you're going to insult these people, at least I need your grammar to be on point. Changed this to 10 minutes. So sure, we had like a good 40 minutes with no racism and not like then, but then it was gone. I guess people subscribed and then just waited to unleash the pleasantness. The real heroes, LAFD. How's it going? Yeah. Just talking to my peeps.
I'll watch your stream after.
Yeah. You're not. Yeah, for sure. Great, Ronald. We'll see you in 5 minutes. front Bates. Thank you. Oh, in Camarillo, you guys are talking about the farm? Yeah, no one out here, no matter how much people hate us, no one supports child labor violations. It's also important to say that no one in the entire Trump movement gives a fuck about underage labor. As this president is rolling back in other states protections that protect kids. It's just a bullshit ad hominem attack. There's not a single person, no matter how much people despise ICE or anything, who support a 12-year-old working in that capacity. Myself or anybody. I also by the way, so there's credible reporting on that. This is for any administration, guys. You don't take the word of a public official or a government agency or especially police agencies until it's independently verified. So there's that. I swear, if someone can build some kind of filter that would make this, like, eliminate the, I always say, if you're going to be weird, just be funny at least. If you're going to be weird, be funny. Nate, I haven't followed those protests too closely, but I did read a little bit about it, the ones going on in Mexico. I should try to brush up on that. There's just so many things going on. There were also some big anti-tourism protests going on in Europe. Was that a similar thing in Mexico? A backlash to Americans traveling there? A little bit of looks like a game here. Hello, how you doing? I like your costume. I like your outfit. Oh, sure. I love it. Such a good smell. I love it. I love your outfit. Yeah. So great. Thank you. Thank you. She gave me a blessing there. I feel like I could use all the blessings I could get right now, you know what Hey guys, if you already haven't, please like, comment, and subscribe, and support the channel. You could become a member, but the main thing is you just watch. And hopefully get some enjoyment. I would not do that. I definitely would not do that. He's sticking the camera like real close, you know. I don't tell people what to do. That's not my place, but you got to be real careful. You can also put other people in danger when you do things like that. I've seen protesters get hurt real bad because, you know, one person did something and then it has like a ripple effect kind of. LA Deb in the house. What's up, LA Deb? This is kind of funny, honestly, a little bit. They're like playing this game almost. It's just... There's got to be some kind of metaphor here. I just can't think of it. You could also subscribe to my Substack where I report on independently on money laundering and intelligence. The protests out here, obviously. The link is in the description of the video. I'm not sure who walked away first. That was very interesting, though. Just when you think you've seen everything, you see something new. Olive, you said we got to move away from the sins of the flesh. But that's the fun in life. Speaking as a regular sinner, you know, a party animal. I do like the rest of your comment, though. The invisible border, yeah, I hear you. One sec, guys. I love this city, I do. He just rode by on a bike and just had this random, it was just kind of a cool interaction. This is a great city. Everybody should come out to LA, come visit. All right, I just banned that racist dude. I can't. I can't with this stuff, man. Sorry about that, guys. I know someone offered a mod. I have a mod, but she's not around. But yeah, I may take you up on that. If not, I'll you know, next time. Next time we'll try to get a mod. Yeah, these have been crazy. When I was talking to live streamer We in LA about that, I know that she got, it's just so toxic and sad. Oh, we're not having the Olympics. I mean, they might think we're having it. Who is going to come here? Would you get on a plane as an Olympian and come here knowing that you could end up on a plane to Sudan or something if somebody makes a mistake? Or no, man. The Olympics are cooked right now.
We will be
I think he might be on something. There's definitely like something wrong there. And I don't want to be standing behind him when the cop decides, when the cop makes a mistake. I just want to talk to my friend for a sec. I'm just going to mute this for a sec. This is a better angle anyway. See, it all works out, guys. You got to be really careful with those people because, like I said, I've seen other protesters get hurt when someone else is just starts doing stuff like that. I'm not the peace police. I don't tell people what to do, but I don't want to stand next to that guy. Appreciate you guys sticking with me. Almost 2 hours. Thank you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, Annette. Appreciate it. And thanks for the SD. Thanks for the gift membership. I have to be honest, I don't even know how that works. I'm embarrassed. Is that a membership to another channel or is that like for this channel and I give it away? Sorry if that's a dumb question. I like D. Williams' comment. We had a couple J6 inmates up in here who were pardoned. Thanks for explaining that to me. Channel's been doing pretty well, actually. For like 5 years, I just used it to post videos when I was for my reporting. I never thought about actually doing this kind of thing. It's just another tool, I think. You know, another tool to get the message out, get the word out. They took down there was like fencing here the first couple days when it was, you know, when LA was on the news a lot. That's all gone. Looks like we got some writing here though. That's the man who died in Camaro. That's I'm just gonna take a photo of my other camera. Richard said, "I love any and all immigrants." That's right, Richard. Jaime, originally, I thought his last name was Garcia, but he died in Camarillo yesterday. The reporting says that he fell off a building when ICE raided the cannabis farm. He died. It's a horrible thing. There's a GoFundMe somewhere. I don't have it here, but I'm sure you guys can find it. Just Google Jaime Garcia. Said my dad was talking to me about Jaime's death. It really affected me. Yep. D. Williams said the music is making. Yeah, the music is making. That's a good comment. No, I saw one of the guys kind of nodding to the music earlier. It's got to be incredibly like just standing out here for hours. I've come down here so many times. I've seen two things happen. The rest is they're just standing here, and you're paying for it. Your tax dollars are paying for this. I know that live streamer We in LA had a whole conversation with in front of the federal building in Westwood, which I was joking with her about. The Marines talked to her. I could tell if I went up to the Marine. we just had a laugh about that, but she got a really good interview out of this one Marine. And yeah, he was real chatty. You know, usually they get orders not to talk to protesters, but I don't know. I I think he was bored. Oh, they got the Toto going now. Africa. Toto was the first that I'm aware of. They were an all-studio musician band to have that level of success. I mean, there might have been others, but they were all LA session musicians who did their own thing. Do you guys like the random trivia? This is a good angle. This is the spot for me right here. I also saw Toto, LA Deb. I saw him actually when I lived in Europe. So the singer comes out. This is in the Czech Republic, and he opens the concert with, or maybe like they played the first song. He's like, "Thank you, Czechoslovakia," which didn't exist anymore. There's like this long, like weird Spinal Tap type pause, and then everybody just like went roared because they knew that like it was just a dumb rock star mistake. Like he was like, "Thank you, Czechoslovakia." People are like, "All right, we'll just cheer." We got about 300 people in here. I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I know that by limiting the chat, I just can't take all that racism. It's just gross. I'm sure it limits the views, but this stuff is the devil's bargain. You know what I mean? I want to get this out there. I want people to see it, but I just can't look at that stuff all day. LA Deb, I need to ask William how he does it. He probably just doesn't even look that much. If there was just a way to hide it, because on the replay it doesn't really matter, right? Like people don't even see it. If there's just a way to like kind of hide it a little bit. Yeah, I gotta figure out how William doesn't look at it, but is filming, because it's right up in your face. And I do appreciate like the cool comments, don't get me wrong. What time is it, man? Oh, it's only 10:30. It's not that bad. Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea, like, Deb. I need to go to the band words and just kind of mess with it a little bit. Thanks, guys. Thanks for those suggestions. Thanks, Annette. Thanks, Riverfront. I'll jump in there. One of the misconceptions is that this channel is a democracy like this country. It's actually not. It's an autocracy run by myself. Every time that drives people crazy, but I've said that before. This is I rule this channel. I'm sorry to say. No echo chamber, just no racism and a little respect. That's all we can ask. good though. It's like a good vibe, you know. I always admire the solo protester. There's always, you know, I'd say that the real hero is the person who's willing to go out there wherever you live in the Midwest or somewhere, a little town or the South or, I don't know, just the Northeast where I'm from. And the suburbs, the one person who goes out there on the corner. Tree. So this is the federal prison, MDC, and then over here, yeah, that side of the building, because it's the Edward Roybal Federal Center. It's like a series of buildings. That over here might have some hospital thing. Yeah, because it says no emergency services. They might have a VA building here. Yeah, Veteran Hospital. Thank you, Ella Deb. I covered some crazy. It's crazy that I used to cover this other like right-wing protests, and they would stand kind of over here. And now you have just a different stuff going on. Same area, different stuff. Oh, he drove past earlier. I remember that truck. A solar protester in San Dimas. I respect that. Whether I agree with your cause or not, I've always had respect for the solo protester, the person who's just willing to get out there with the sign. It takes more guts a lot of the time, you know? Terry said good night. Good night, Terry. Thanks for watching. So I want to get back on the interviews. I was trying to do those, and then, like I said, if you're just coming in, what I want to do is get kind of like the David Pakman, Sam Cedar thing going on, that kind of stuff. More of a news program. I'm still going to do reporting, but that's kind of what I want to do. And then I like kind of like pirate radio stuff, or like now I'm just kind of like spitballing here, but like Robin Williams and Good Morning Vietnam, like I like that kind of stuff. And I've hosted a couple podcasts, and you guys can tell I can just blather when I need to. So I want to kind of do that. Cherry Tree said the solar protest is a lone target, risky business, and very brave. Totally agree with that. Lisa said in some areas walking down the street alone is risky business. That's true. That is true. Yeah, I progressively moved the subscriber time to the maximum. I started 5 minutes to 10 to 20. I just couldn't take it. I couldn't take looking at all that, just that filth that people were saying. It's so gross to me. Cajun said, hi Eric. What's up, Cajun? So the U.S. sounds dangerous. Well, the U.S. is dangerous. Yeah, it is compared to a lot of other places, unfortunately. I know, I kind of want to put this down and just start dancing over there. No, the vibe is pretty good here. It's a good city, man. But people are hurting. These raids and stuff, it's emotionally hurting people really bad. This is a weird country because, like, this is a country that like makes fun of people's like mental stress, which is really bizarre. You know, like it's like remember, like there used to be political candidates, their career would end because they admitted that they had a fault or that they... What happened to that one? They just mock these candidates, right? Like the one guy back in the day who said that he got a psychiatrist or something. That was like the end of the campaign, that kind of stuff. I forget who that was. It's very weird to think of that about people, that when you admit you need help. It's not like that as much anymore, but it's bad. It's rough out here, you know, like, I don't usually put the camera on myself, but people need help, man, they're hurting. Everybody's hurting, because the stress of this stuff, it obviously hurts you worse if it's your family member who gets snatched in the van. But all of us are hurting. And like I said, I won't pontificate on this too much, but the way I look at it is that is my family member. That's kind of the difference between the way some people think, you know. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We're doing okay. I get worried sometimes, you know. I paid a pretty high price for this job. Plenty of stories, trust me. I got plenty of stories. Cajun said Marines are being deployed to Louisiana.
What you think about that?
Wow, what capacity? Is it like similar to here, or is it? Cherry Chi said, "Are you a journalist professionally?" I'm in school for it. Yeah, I am. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I always like, I've done some like mentoring, and I just try to give advice. I got into the field by accident. I told the story earlier, but a thread went viral. It was only 5 years ago, but it went viral, and then I started getting real offers to work, and I was already. I was a professional writer in TV and stuff, and so I learned it, just by doing it. And then I took a year off because it's hard to make a living, in journalism. So then I worked as a full-time analyst in the private sector, and I investigated dangerous groups. And so I still do that stuff. I go back and forth between journalism and intelligence analysis. Would be the best way to describe it. So there are two different kinds of writing. Analysis is opinion-based in a way. Like, it's not an opinion, but when you write analysis for people, you cull the facts together, and then you give them your assessment about what you think. That's what intelligence analysis is. Journalism is you report the facts as best you saw it and try to get the word out about what happened. So there's a difference. They're both valuable. And I like both of them. Anyway, my email is elevay@proton.me. So it's elevai@proton.me. If any journalists ever have questions. Biggest thing, if you're going to be a journalist, you want to be as fair as you can. I know I throw my opinions out there now because I'm independent again, but you still got to be fair even to the worst people. It doesn't mean you can't have your own opinions, but you have to be fair to them. And you got to tell people what really happened, because that's the whole thing in all these fascist countries and the places where the soldiers roam the streets, and unfortunately things we're seeing now, the things in Tiananmen Square, they want to hide the truth about what happened, They want to hide the truth about the war crimes and the killings and the corruption. And so if you're going to be a journalist, or, you want to show people what happened. And then ultimately, they're going to have to make up their own mind about whether they believe you, but you all you can do is present what you saw and the facts. Simmer Chair, good to see you out at the protest. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm still learning too. For you guys that watched me since the beginning, remember what I used to say on those streams? I'd be like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. When I did the Scientology, I was like, this is... Now I don't even blink. I'm just like, all right, whatever. I just embraced it. The corrupt people in the world don't want people to know what happened. I'm glad we can even still do this right now. You think you can try live streaming in I don't know, a lot of places in the world, you walk out there and you're like, hey, this is what's up. 3 seconds later, I'm not saying, look, I told you guys I was the victim of police brutality, 2 weeks ago. A lot of people were, but I could still come out here and do this stuff. There's a lot of places where, you even pull the phone out, you're already getting a beat down or worse. That happens in this country too, right? But there's places where it's still or they you have no protection, or they ban the Signal app, or you can't use a VPN. You can't protect yourself. And then when they come for you, you know, because they unfortunately always come for you in the end, you know, you're locked up in a place like this, but maybe even worse, who knows? I guess I can't really say because I don't know what it's like in there. U.S. prisons are horrible. Or you don't come out, or there's a car bomb, or, you know, anyway. Because I used to say, like, I'd be like, oh, Russia and China, but now that things are happening here, it feels like even weird to, can't really say like it's super free here. I mean, we still have more freedom than a lot of places, but it's pretty fucked up over here. D. Williams said we have to protect what we have left. Yeah, we sure do. The Constitution is just it's words. It's a document. It lives in people. If people aren't protecting it, look what happened. Look what's happening now. All the shit that's been happening in LA was illegal. That's what the judge said. It profiling, you know, snatching people based on race. Like, obviously that's illegal. SD said, stay safe. Appreciate that. I kind of want to go have a drink or something after this. I do. I got like some... where my family immigrated from, my entire family, which is Hungary. Look what happened there. Orban was a left-wing hero. He was beaten by, you know, authorities, and Orban turned into everything that he like fought against. It's crazy. This is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, some of this stuff's been pretty scary last couple weeks. I don't even just mean like getting, you know, shot at and tear gas, just like just the autocratic element of what's been going on. All those years reporting, and I would you know, have contacts and people I'd speak with, and you know, these heroic people would be putting their life at risk to do activism, or sometimes even just to talk to a reporter. And I would think, like, not that I had any illusions about the things in this country and the imbalances and the societal inequities, but to actually see like your country becoming more like what you see in like these total autocracies. It's like, wow, that's like actually happening. I mean, it's been happening for at least 8 years, but to see it really accelerate in the last 4 months. Cajun said my son-in-law's father. Hey, how you doing? You are? Yeah. Do you... One sec, guys. I'm going to mute, okay? Hey guys, I am going to take off. Ran into a journalist friend and I'm just going to take a break and probably call it a night. Just want to say thank you for watching. Again, if you're watching for the first time, this is Eric LeVay. I'm an investigative reporter in LA, covering the protests. If you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm also on other channels like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. So you can hit me up over there. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much, and just be safe out there. And have a good Saturday night, okay? All right, guys.